All right, it's 2:00. I'll call the regularly scheduled meeting, move to 2:00 for the International Falls City Council to order. We all stand and please pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call. All councilors are present. The mayor, Harley Droba, is attending via Zoom. In between orders, it looks like. First on the agenda. Approve the agenda with any additions or deletions to the agenda. I'll make that motion. Second. Okay, we have a motion by Councilor Holden and seconded by Councilor Wagner. Any discussion? I'll ask the question. Aye. 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 Motion carries unanimously. Just so people don't know, seeing as the mayor is attending virtual, he is unable to vote on any matters. Approval of the minutes first, for the minutes. So if you want to go that way, I'm good. Move to approve. Move to approve, all right. Of the minutes from June 5th, 2023. Yep. June 5th, 2023, and June 12th, Committee of the Whole meeting. We got a motion to approve all those minutes. Do we have a second? Second. The second.
Do you need to do each one at a time?
Why?
Just wondering. I don't know.
I don't think I do.
Okay.
Because if you have a discussion on one of them, we can go back.
Just asking.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah. No, hey, no offense taken. Oh, I forgot.
You got
but we have a motion by Walt and a second by Councilor Holden. Any discussion on any of those minutes? What? I'll ask the question. Aye. 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 Motion carries for nothing. And on that note, now we'll find out, Tim. Okay, next up is payment of claims. Do I have to read all these ones? I'm more worried about reading all these myself. Payment of claims and transfers. The city we have transfers. City of International Falls transfers to Fund 401 permanent improvement of $66,666.66 from the Water 601 Fund. And from the Sewer Fund 603. And transfers to Fund 403, Reserve for Capital Outlay, $20,567.25 from 601 Water Fund and 603 Sewer Fund. Total transfers of $87,233.91. Accounts payable claims. City of International Falls claims in the amount of $498,614.94. International Falls Public Library Board claims of $9,038.91 for a total of accounts payable of $500,653.85. Total of deposits for the city. Brenner Bank checking account, $1,013,225.79. Bremer Bank certificate of deposits, $2,616,948.93. Express bill pay depository, $28,616.01. Bremer Savings General Fund, $7,977,396.07. Bremer Savings Forfeiture Account, $33,413.11. Bremer Savings Airport, $1,823.41. Border State Bank Savings Account, $3,000. Petty cash, $47.64, for a total of $11,674,470.96. Do I have a motion to accept those?
You got it.
I got a motion to accept from Counselor Holden. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Counselor Wagner. Any discussion? I'll ask the question. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 4-0. Audience open forum. Do we have anybody in the audience tonight that wish to come and speak that isn't on the agenda? We'll have an opportunity at the end of the meeting. Okay, nobody to speak at this time. There's no public hearing or opening of bids. Old business. Adoption of the resolution adopting proposed assessment of 22nd Street project. Council, actually, do I have a motion? This is for the second reading, isn't it? Okay, do I have a motion?
I like that motion.
I have a motion from Councilor Wagner. I have a second from Councilor Buller. Any discussion? Okay, I'll ask a question. Aye. Motion carries 4-0. There's nothing on the consent agenda today, it doesn't appear. First new business. Approve unbudgeted maintenance expense on fire apparatus. Chief Manassa.
Thank you, Councilor Taylor. I didn't print the sheet out prior to the meeting here, but we have our annual pump test every year. Thank you very much. Apologize. Every year we have our annual pump test that's farmed out through a contracted firm. They do good work for us. Let me wait.
If everybody continue.
I'm okay.
So emergency apparatus maintenance from Lionel Lakes does our pump testing. They discovered some issues with one of our fire trucks. It was our second out truck, but it still needs to run. So we had a quote for repairs of $14,655, and then we had another $1,054 for a total of $15,709.75. I would recommend this work get done, and I would recommend that the trucks get repaired. Unfortunately, this is an unbudgeted expense for us, or higher than our normal yearly maintenance that we typically endure for our trucks. So that's why I brought it here for the council to take a look at.
Do you have any other budget you can take out of?
I can probably move some around, but I don't know that for certain. Not probably $15,000 worth.
Any other discussion on this, or how could we? Because we need to get it done. Go ahead.
How soon can they do it soon, or do you have to wait a while, or anything?
I think as soon as if we get approval, then it's just coordinating. It has to be done in their facility, so it'd be getting it down to Lino Lakes after we get approval or not.
And I think it's possible that we can just take it out of next year's budget per se, if we had to. Is that a possibility?
I guess I would defer a little bit to Administrator Bergstrom. So the previous city administrator, and I think Betty's on the same thing, like to have everything shown on the line item, whether it was over or not, so we knew where the expense was. So to answer your question about kind of the taking out different line items, I don't know if that's, I would defer to her to answer that question.
And if I may, thank you, Pete. We wouldn't be taking it out of other line items, as Chief indicated. We would be going over in that line item, but as a budget as a whole, we would ask that, kind of watch to try to be able to cover that expense from other line items, but we do want to keep it in the appropriate expense line item to be able to track those accordingly. And if you have extra in other line items, don't always have that. We, can draw a little bit on reserves if necessary, and then have to watch for that for next budget season.
I guess that, yeah, my question was, I realized we'd still have to mark it as is, but to make up that, it could go possibly out of next year's budget, like his budget has already started, possibly for next, which has been done before. I mean, I don't think. Any other questions? I mean, I don't have a problem with doing it, that we want our fire truck to work, we'll get it done and get it paid for. So do I have a motion?
Yes. I make that motion.
I have a motion by Councillor Holden. Do I have a second? Second. Councillor Buller. Any more discussion? All right, I'll ask the question. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 4-0. Next item. Might as well stay there.
Yes, sir.
Good planning on the setting up the agenda.
Next item I have here is for the ambulance service. So we have 2 Hamilton T1 ventilators that we carry on our ambulances. We rotate them through the on-duty rigs. So we got a maintenance contract proposal from Hamilton Medical to do the annual maintenance on those. Unfortunately, Minnesota became a right to repair state, meaning you could repair your own stuff, but that was more in reference to cell phones and electronics. Medical equipment was excluded from that. So as you'll see on some of our stuff, this is one of them. Hamilton has to be repaired by Hamilton. Any of our Stryker or Physio stuff has to be repaired by Stryker or Physio. So we do get in a little bit of a lurch with that stuff. This is an example of that. So a maintenance contract for the Hamilton ventilators was $1,495 per year per vent for the all-inclusive package, and that's a total of $2,990. I apologize. I guess I didn't put a line item on here. We do have the funding in our professional services to cover this. We are budgeted for that. You can see in the package above what the different packages were. After looking at it with my medics, the all-inclusive package did make the most sense for what we were doing, because it did cover some things that were good for us. So I would just ask approval on that. And I haven't gotten one of these from Hamilton yet. I'm anticipating a contract of some kind to come, so I guess I'm asking for authorization for the city administrator and the mayor to sign those if that's how that comes and needs a signature. So if approved, please approve for signature as well.
All right, so do I have a motion to approve a contract for maintenance with Hamilton Medical for 2 Hamilton T1 ventilators at a cost of $2,990 per year, and to also authorize the signing of the contract?
I'll move.
We have a move from Councillor Wagner, second from Councillor Buller. Any other discussion on the matter? Well, I'll ask the question. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 4-0.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Adam.
Thanks, Adam.
Next up, we have some items that come out of the recommended by the Public Works Committee. First on the list is to approve Tom and Melanie Jarvis for the 2023 City Beach Camp host position. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
A motion.
Second.
We have a second from Councilor Wagner. Do we have any discussion on the matter? Would you like to add anything, Walt?
Do you want to give a little input on our interviews and things like that, what you went through and how they were going to operate?
The camp host position has been on our website for a couple of years. With the flood the last year, we didn't have one there. These individuals did reach out to us, ask for an application. They do camp hosting in other areas. They're very excited to come to the falls. They have relatives up here, so they're familiar with the area. They will be able to start at the end of June or the first week in July. And that's kind of depending also on the repairs at the beach, because the last I talked to Director of Public Works Brokaw, I think the beach repairs were a couple of days behind, but not exactly sure where that's at. But they're willing to be up here and be the camp hosts for the remainder of 2023.
All right, thanks, Patty. Any other discussion? All right, I'll ask the question. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 4-0. Next, excuse me, up on the agenda from Public Works is approve the first reading of a contract ordinance 985 for demolition landfill closure project at a cost of $581,000 to KGM Contractors. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion from Councilor Bullard. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Councilor Wagner. Any discussion?
Yeah, can you explain it to me, Walt, what you got there out of the Public Works?
Well, we got the landfill to the point now where we can put the final fill on top to close it up completely with the layer of clay and then the dirt and then grass. And I think, if I remember right, this was below the engineer's estimate, wasn't it?
Yes.
So it's a good bid. I mean, it was over 600 before was their estimate. So,
And that's the sealing of it and putting the barrier and all that stuff that needs to be done.
that's relative. So,
All right.
Any further discussion? All right, I'll ask the question. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 4-0. On to the next from Public Works. Approve the purchase of a Toro Field Pro 6040 infield groomer with 2 attachments. This was brought to us by Public Works Director Ted Brokaw, and it is from MTI Distributing out of Brooklyn Center. And do I have a motion?
Motion to buy the lawnmower, field groomer, whatever it is.
All right. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second from Councilor Holden. And just so you know, the price is I lost, but it's $32,000, roughly $33,000. I don't have the bid here, but what it is, it's going to get us in line now that we're taking over that part of the recreation department. We'll be in a much better position to keep fields in good shape. We could use that a few years ago, Wade, on the slow pitch field. Of course, I couldn't blame the hops that went through my legs that way. But, you know. So
One more thing to add.
Yeah.
It's not a mower.
it's not. It's a groomer. It's a groomer more. Yeah.
Your infield, your
Yeah.
turf.
Yeah.
And it's also a turf cutter. So when your lines start growing out in, you'll pick that off. It's all around machine for
So you can use them in softball fields and the Little League
all the-
fields.
all the fields.
Yes, it's a groomer, not a
Right.
mower. But you need to mow to cut those fields
And it's in the
grass
budget,
on
and
that.
it's budgeted too. So it's,
Yeah, that is much. Yeah.
All right.
Any further discussion? All right. Well, that's a question. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 4-0. Last, under the Public Works, approve proposal for services from Bolton Mink Corporation for infiltration investigation of sanitary sewer collection lines within mobile home parks in the city of International Falls. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Have a move by Councillor Bullard. Do I have a second?
Well, second.
Second by Councillor Wagner. Any discussion?
This is just going to take care of the mobile home parks, the 5 mobile home parks. They weren't included in the original contract with them to inspect residences. And being there's mobile home parks are fairly old now, they want to make sure that they don't have any inflow or out either way. So it's got good sewer.
All right, any more discussion?
I don't see a cost on here.
Oh, there is.
It's free or?
Yes, today it's free.
Back to the first page, 13.4.
Okay, up there.
Am I looking at
13.4.
13.4? All right, I must have missed for 13.4. Any other discussion? That's the question. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 4-0. All right, that's end of the new business. Any other business to come before the council today? We'll go to reports of administrative attorney and department heads. Do you have anything to add from your monthly police report, Mike, that you'd like to do in person? Thanks. And I did notice that you mentioned the work the boys did in the cold at the Dunkin' Donuts to raise the money. Good job. It's always good to see that kind of stuff going on out in the community with the officers.
I went and had a tour of him in his building there, and I had a little grandson with me, and he just recruited another cop coming up.
Yeah, they get a lot of them at that age.
That's all he talked about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Chief Manassa, you got anything to add to your report?
I don't think I do, thank you.
All right, thank you. Betty, you have anything to add?
I do this evening, thank you. As you guys are aware, June 30th is our deadline for our audit, that we should be having a presentation and moving our audited figures forward to the Office of the State Auditor. Unfortunately, due to things beyond our control, we have applied for an extension. Our auditor has staffing constraints, and our audit partner has been on paternity leave. Therefore, they are not able to complete our audit by the June 30th timeline. So we have applied for and been approved for an extension for our audit through August 15th of 2023. So it gives us, a little bit of time, gives our auditing firm, Schlenner Wenner, some time as well. That includes us and the airport, because the airport is audited in conjunction with the city as well. So just a heads up, because normally we would be seeing, sometime here in June, July, a presentation from them, a presentation in June from our auditors, and that's not going to happen due to those reasons, and we will be seeing that prior to that August 15th date, in which we will have to have our audit to the Office of the State Auditor.
All right, thanks, Betty. Okay. All right, reports of mayor, council, committees, boards, and commissions. Anybody got anything?
Yeah, I got one thing. Rec Commission's last meeting will be on Wednesday, June 21st. It's been around since right after World War II. 3 different recreation directors over the years. Took care of the little kids programs for a long time, and being dissolved at the time when our last recreation director is retiring. And so Bill would like to thank everybody that sat on the Rec Commission over the years. I know a lot of us as councilmen or school board members or even at large members from the community, and it's been good. And so tomorrow's meeting actually will be a little different when you're thinking about no more recognition. But that's what it is.
Thanks. Yeah, I think most of us here have been somehow involved with the rec growing up.
Yeah.
Anybody else have anything? All right. Anybody in the audience?
I have something.
Oh, well, you do get to talk, don't you?
Yeah.
Go,
Yeah, I get to talk, but I don't get to vote.
go ahead.
The only thing I want to add is out of the public comment that we ended up having with the garbage ordinance, I have been in contact with the city administrator and the city attorney on potentially coming up with some changes to move forward. I've also been in discussion with Councilor Wagner about modifying the garbage ordinance in the sense that we would kind of keep what we have right now, but we would be able to enforce or mandate garbage service for the folks that are on Blythe, very similar to the situation that we did when we moved forward with our water bills and putting it in the landlord or the owner's names. Nothing is finalized. We're still working through it, but I really want to say thank you to the public to come forward and give us their thoughts on the ordinance, and we are definitely taking their thoughts and concerns and moving forward.
All right, thanks, Mr. Mayor, for that. Yeah, and I'd like to say, I think we all have the same feeling that we're happy that the turnout we had and the comments we had and how it went, the decorum. I had many comments about how well the meeting went, just how everybody acted. You know, you see things around and on TV at different meetings, and they're not like that. So I think we have something to be proud of here in our town, just for that fact right there. Getting a little scared right there after this performance I've been putting on today.
No, I'm not a bit. I also, really quick, and there's no comment from after this. I just want to say I'm really excited. I know a handful of the city council members and myself will be going to the League of Minnesota Cities convention. Very excited for that, and I look forward to seeing you guys down there.
All right. Now anybody, now that he talked and took up some, yeah, come ahead, wait.
So I just go up there or can I just stand here?
We need to come up here so they can catch you, I
I'm
think.
just wondering about the mobile home thing. How's it work? You know, it's part of the renting part, right? That's the way I understand it. The rental places, is that what?
Yeah, for
What that is?
for the
mobile home?
the mobile, the testing the sanitary, that part, or for the garbage service?
No, not for the garbage. Just what you brought up earlier
Oh yeah,
about the mobile homes are included in the rental inspections, I guess. Is that what?
Yeah. That's is different.
Rental.
This is not
inspection,
rental.
sewer.
This is
So, yeah, sewer inspection. Yeah,
Smoke testing.
so we can check for the inflow and see where everybody's where they're going. If they're hooked up.
Okay.
So you know,
That's all.
people out there, if you got to get some plumbing done here in the next month or so, you might want to.
This is
No, I'm just wondering what it was all about.
Yeah,
check for leaks and stuff.
You leaks, and yeah, how it's to try and help prevent from infiltration, and which goes into the sewer plant, which goes we get charged for.
Okay.
Those are, it's important to check them
Yeah.
too, because they're more than likely old clay lines.
Yep.
You know, 1 foot pieces of clay that
Yeah.
drain in there and take on water too. So, yeah, thank you. Thanks, Wade.
All right. If there's nothing else, reminder that there's correspondence from the library and the rec commission, the packet, public hearing on the Fifth Avenue West petition for improvement, Monday, July 3rd at 5:30 p.m. And
5.
oh, did I say 5:30? 5. Because that's ready for the next one. And the regular council meeting on Monday, July 3rd at 5:30 p.m. And if there's nothing else, we're adjourned.
All right.
And the beer gardens will be up on that floor, so come on over if you want to see what your civil servants are doing at a meeting. You guys know you're here. Pass it around. All right, have a good day. Safe travels, everybody.